broadcast with a list of movies and television roles a mile long. Glenn Morshower is no stranger to the camera. He's an actor, he's a movie producer, as well as a motivational speaker. So it's no wonder that the Dallas Comic and Pop Expo would have him be a part of their big event that's coming up this weekend. We are also joined by Zachary McGinnis, who's the producer for the event, to tell us more. Welcome, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
I don't know anything about the Dallas Pop and Comic Expo, so what am I missing?
You're missing everything. We're going to have celebrities from everything from Star Wars to 24 to Star Trek, Dukes of Hazzard, the original Power Rangers. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So you mentioned 24. You've been on 24, and you said that most of the roles that you've played, or a good majority of them, are like police officer roles, cop roles.
I've officially played more cops and military people than anyone in show business, living or dead.
Seriously? Is that a
True
real
story.
statistic?
That is a real
Can we put that
statistic.
in the, we need to get that in the Guinness Book of World
And
Records.
about 90% of them have been good old boys that sound like this, because I was born right here in Texas.
You were?
Oh, nice.
Even when you get out there and, you know, sometimes you never know. Sometimes you've got to be able to sound like this, right? But they go, no, they go, we want that Texas thing you do.
Yeah.
It's funny, but I'm a dialectician. I have been for years. I do a lot of different characters.
How many can you do? How many different...
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I
know, really,
you
like,
don't
to
even
entertain us
have
for an hour.
time for that all in this segment. Y muchas gracias para escuchando este radio estación Xtiria in Los Angeles. There's all sorts of stuff like that.
Lisa, you're Hispanic. Do you know what he just said?
I have absolutely no idea. Do you know what she calls me? She calls me a faux Tina.
Because she's a fake
Hispanic
Latina.
who does not speak Spanish.
That's hilarious. A week from today on Law and Order, I'm sounding like this. Very, very different type of character. You've talked to these guys. You know, they're always... they always got just a little bit of attitude. So, yeah.
So, Zachary,
That's
Glenn's one of the
fantastic.
celebrities that's going to be at this event this weekend. Who else can, what are some other big names that we can anticipate
We're
this
going to
weekend?
have Peter Mayhew, who is Chewbacca in Star Wars. We're also going to have John
We've
Schneider.
had him on the show, I
Can you
believe.
do Chewbacca's voice?
Oh, that'd be a no.
There you go.
Nice, very nice.
We're also going to have John Schneider from Dukes of Hazzard, Ron Lester from Varsity Blues, two of the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, Nicholas Brendan, who is Xander on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yes!
And Jimmy Hampton from F Troop and Love American Style. So
Now, is this the event where the people come, or the, you know, if anyone that wants to participate comes out this and dresses up? Am I aren't a lot of people dressed up at this event?
Yes.
Encouraged
In
to
full-on
dress up.
character. What all have you seen at these expos before?
Tell
What's
us
the
about crazy.
wildest
We wanna hear
costumes
crazy.
you've seen?
Oh, I can't even tell you about the wildest ones.
And crazy's actually encouraged, and that's what's so beautiful about these, is that it's permission for adults and children, but especially for the adults, because the kids, you expect them to play and have a good time. But when the adults are walking around in bizarre costumes and in large numbers, it creates a community of safety to just play and have a good time.
Is it a certain type of personality as an adult that comes to this?
Not necessarily. It's all walks of life, really. I think it's, you know, it's a place of equality. I mean, tall, short, fat, skinny. I mean, everyone just comes out and has a lot of fun.
And every so often you'll get a memorable character, like somebody will come up to your table like this. They will, and they'll go, you know, I have watched the Dukes of Hazzard for 25 years. And that's always enjoyable.
You're funny.
I like to have a good time.
Do you have
You should be an
comedy-
actor.
Do you have any comedy
there's a
roles
thought.
coming up?
When I do on Law and Order SVU, a week from tonight, arguably the best role I've ever played, which is saying a lot because I've made film
That's
and
a tall
television for
order,
40
Glenn.
years. And I was truly honored. I'm sure that it was my time spent, the 7 years I spent on 24, which is why they called and asked me to do it. But it's so wrong. This role is so wrong that I can't even talk about it. It is dark, dark.
Really?
And I'm looking
So
forward to
not
seeing
the
it.
opposite of funny.
Very
Yeah.
much so. Not funny. Yeah.
Now, you've worked, I mean, your resume goes on and on. Is there someone you haven't gotten to work with that is kind of on your, you know, on your co-star bucket list?
You know, I'd love to work with Jack Nicholson. I had the privilege of working with my hero, and that was Jack Lemmon, years
Oh, wow.
and years ago. And I travel extensively, you guys mentioned it at the beginning of the interview, as a motivational speaker. And I was talking to a group recently, this is just a little footnote in the meaninglessness of fame. I was speaking to an audience of 300 people. 4 knew who Jack Lemmon was.
Oh, wow.
4. I made a reference to Jack Lemmon.
Was
in
it a really
and I saw
young
a lot
group?
of blank stares, and I said, just curiously, raise your hand if you know who Jack Lemmon is. And 4 people raised their hand, and I thought, wow. There is fame described. There are 5 stages of fame. Stage 1 is who is Jack Lemmon. That's when you're a young kid and nobody knows you except your parents, brothers, and sisters. Stage 2 is you start making headway as an actor. Then it becomes get me Jack Lemmon. That's what the producers are saying. Stage 3, you're now hotter than a pistol and you're too expensive. And it becomes get me a Jack Lemmon lookalike.
Right.
Level 4 is a little more painful. It's get me a young Jack Lemmon. And level 5, as evidenced by this crowd, is once again, who is Jack Lemmon.
Wow. That really kind of
It's an
brings it
interesting
home.
thing
I'm
about
curious,
it.
you mentioned you're playing a dark role. Does it ever worry you when you play a role like that? Like I always see on movies when they play like a child molester or something horrible, that it somehow gives people an impression of you?
I don't, because if you've played a number of different characters, they've had a chance to see you in that. You know, if that were all you ever did, I would say. I will admit, though, I have turned down every role that's ever been offered to me that asked me to smoke.
Interesting.
I won't do it because my face is too well known. I don't want to adversely affect even one human being. I don't want one teenager to start that because their buddy Aaron Pierce smokes.
That's
good for you.
Good for you. Now, Zachary, tell us about, so the event this weekend, I'm sure you're so excited to have Glenn. Tell us, for people who want to come join, where we can find it, what they need to bring, how much it costs, where all the madness is going down.
Well, the general admission tickets are as cheap as $20. They go all the way up to $150. It's going to be, we kick off the night, Friday night at the
What does
Observatory.
$150 get you?
It's a more phenomenal pass. It gets you a private meet and greet with the 2 original Power Rangers. After the show closes, you get an exclusive print done by one of our attending artists, and they both sign it. You get a photo op with the 2 of them, and an hour to hang out and have fun with people they idolized.
How fun.
And did we make
that.
it clear that it's March 1st and 2nd this coming weekend?
Got it. Perfect.
Yeah, so, and March 1st and 2nd from 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 5 on Sunday, and VIPs get in at 9 o'clock both days.
Too fun.
At the
It's a
Richardson Civic Center.
Fun time.
Cool.
Okay, you'll get a chance to see Glenn and many other actors, directors, and creators at the Dallas Comic and Pop Expo this weekend, as we said. Once again, the info, it's all at the Richardson Civic Center in Richardson. For more details, visit their website at dallascomicandpopexpo.com.
Awesome. Okay, well, when we return, we are in the Sub-Zero Wolf Bentwood kitchen with a new twist on this traditional Asian dish. Ooh, it's my favorite, fried rice. That's coming up with Shinsei next.